Hello there. There are many cases around the world when animals under different circumstances saved a human life. But today's story is very different from all other ones. You may ask me why? Watch the video to the end to learn about an incredible friendship, which is hard to believe. This story took place during the war in Afghanistan. Many soldiers were sent to the battlefield, each with their own responsibilities. Some were assigned to drive military equipment, some were on guard duty, and some were responsible for food supplies for all the guys. There was one young soldier among the men on the guard who was always suffering from insomnia. And when one of his comrades asked to replace him at night, this guy agreed with a big pleasure. He liked to think about his house and family, and he also had an unusual hobby. Since childhood, this young man loved animals, and therefore, he gladly watched the night creatures while standing on guard duty. Especially he liked to watch snakes, they seemed so unusual and graceful. But one day, the guy's duties changed. One of the drivers, who supplied all the soldiers with food, was injured. And now, this young man had to ride to the food warehouse to bring groceries. The warehouse was at a considerable distance from the military base. Usually, everything happened without problems, but one day the guy had to stop the car to check the wheel. It seemed to be broken through. After he made sure that everything was okay, he looked around carefully and noticed a hole where he could see the tail of the snake. As the guy was driving from the grocery storage, he could not pass by the creature that he had been so interested in since he was a child. He poured some milk into a tin can and left it in front of the mink. Every time he had to go to the warehouse, the guy stopped and left a treat near the snake hole. Time went by. During the next ride, he noticed the eggshell near the entrance to the hole. So he realized that the snake is no longer alone, there should have been baby snakes. Since now, the guy left milk not only for one snake, but also for the whole offspring. He was doing it every day for about 3 months. Another day, stopping and pouring milk for the snakes as usual, the soldier couldn't quickly return to the car. A huge cobra and some young snakes appeared from the mink. They surrounded him and didn't let him move for 4 hours. But the guy needed to return to the military base and tried to bypass the snakes in every possible way. But they didn't retreat. The guy realized that he has no chance to escape. All he could do was to behave calmly and wait. After an exhausting confrontation, the snakes retreated and the soldier managed to get in the car and leave. But when the guy returned to the base, he was shocked. It turned out that during his absence, there was an unequal battle and the army suffered heavy losses. During the interrogation by an officer, the guy told an incredible story how he managed to survive. To make the officer sure, he had to show a place with those snakes. It has thus become clear that only thanks to such strange circumstances, the young soldier survived.